Hello, my name is Brayden Gilchrist, and I chose an article via the conversation which is related to the topic of biological neurology. The article I chose, which was authored by Alethea Kodowski, delved into the recent trials conducted by the American pharmaceutical company Eli Lilly on the new pharmaceutical drug called donanemab. This drug aims to help individuals suffering with Alzheimer's disease by reducing the common hallmarks of the disease, which are commonly known as amyloid plaques. Amyloid plaques are commonly found in Alzheimer's patients. In fact, they are usually a normal amount of these naturally occurring protein clumps found when compared to healthy subjects. In Alzheimer's patients, these beta amyloid plaques are found to clump together between neurons, which leads to unnatural cell death and disruption, which causes impaired cognitive function and ability, and eventually leads to a disruption in nearly all brain function, including memory, movement, language, judgment, behavior, and even abstract thinking. I found this subject interesting personally, as researchers currently don't know the cause of the onset of Alzheimer's disease, nor do they know if the increase in amyloid plaques is actually related to the Alzheimer's disease itself. The article I chose to do my media review about, which is to examine the trials from Eli Lilly while making objective comparisons of rival Alzheimer's disease medications. In this article, the author details that the phase 3 trial results of the donanemab drug, when compared to the placebo group, nearly half of the participants who took the donanemab drug showed no increases in the severity of the Alzheimer's disease itself 1 year after administering, and also slowed cognitive function and cognitive and functional decline nearly by 35% in all cases. The author says that these results are promising when compared to other Alzheimer's disease medication, such as lecanemab and aducanumab, when using a similar mechanism of using the body's immune system to target these amyloid plaques, they actually perform slightly better when compared. However, as the phase 3 results for donanemab are yet to be published, there's still yet to other unknown variables which are yet to be found, such as how it is that donanemab works best in only certain individuals and not the wide population. In the rest of in this presentation, I'll be using the CARS checklist to critically evaluate the article's credibility, accuracy, reasonableness, and support to determine if this is a higher or lower quality piece of information. With respect to credibility, the article does an excellent job at being transparent with providing information from multiple sources, while sticking to the scientific facts brought by the use of previous pharmaceutical trials. The author of this article has relevant credentials in the neurology fields, as she has been completed both a Bachelor of Biology and Masters of Science in Cognitive Neuroscience. The author has completed postdoctoral research in neuroimmunology at Cardiff University. The author has made it very clear in the disclosure that they have received no additional funding from any outside organization to complete this article, nor would they benefit in any way from it, showing that they had no external motive from any outside organization to complete this article and benefit from it in any way. The article, however, wasn't peer reviewed by an external party, which causes a lack of credibility in the facts when presented throughout. However, the conversation did review this article for an editor who did have some backing in biological research. The structure of this article is very free-flowing, from explanation of scientific information in which an average reader can understand to providing the general thoughts and such. The article uses an open to specifics direction in which it is written. What I mean by this is that the author introduces the general idea of how Alzheimer's affects individuals to how the new pharmaceutical drug presented by Eli Lilly will play a role in reducing the harmful effects it causes through objective and clinical information. For an article grounded in neurology, it reads extremely well for the average reader and provides insights which are comprehensible so a reader can make their own decisions and views regarding the effectiveness of this new donanemab drug. I rated credibility for this article 4 out of 5 as it covers the majority of the credibility checklist. The article, the clinical trial results, uses primary sources are quite recent. Neurology is quite an advancing and rapidly growing field where new data and observations are recorded frequently. The article's main source information from the Eli Lilly phase 3 trials, which were conducted on the 3rd of May 2023. With regards to timeliness, the article does an excellent job providing a transparent opinion on emerging Alzheimer's research. However, as mentioned in the article, neurology is a constantly evolving field, and new trial results will most likely supersede the current results found in this article. The author uses scientific trials and academic journal articles to report information regarding the new Alzheimer's drug and its alternatives, actually. Not in qualitative information presented, but also the author draws on conclusions throughout the article through other sources which actually present the information qualitatively. The information presented either qualitatively or quantitatively has been reported factually and not taken out of context to support a narrative driven by the author. The author has presented both types of information reported by other sources to let the audience come to a conclusion regarding the topic which is covered. At the same time, while not misinterpreting the data or opinions of other information presented by others. The author isn't stuck on a single narrative that the new drug only has benefits to Alzheimer's patients. The article does a great job at covering different viewpoints as well. The article doesn't mislead its readers by listing only great qualities. Instead, it covers multiple viewpoints that this drug has quite some devastating side effects and also may not have such a great effectiveness as its counterparts. By doing so, a well-rounded viewpoint can be found and doesn't mislead the readers to incorrect facts. For this section of the CAST framework, I rate accuracy as a 5 out of 5. The way in which information presented can sway a reader's understanding or beliefs either by using misrepresentative, objective, or illogical fallacies to convey a message the author wishes to address. The author for this article has summarized the majority of findings from their sources in an objective manner, which is only concerned with the facts. They've applied a balance between the negatives and the positives of the new trial drug results so that there is no ability for them to manipulate the readers to fit a possible narrative. Additionally, the tone of the article is extremely objective, as the author has based the information from the backing of other previous studies, which resulted in the article's claim being very easy to believe and understand, as there's no misinterpretation of the results, and also no extraordinary claims being made. As authors presented information from previous studies in a succinct through studies and articles which showcased both the negative and positive viewpoints of the trial drug, the argument in this article does well not to contradict itself. A succinct closing statement on future recommendations of the Alzheimer's drug concludes this article in an eternally consistent and logical manner, providing a high level of external validity. For this section, I rated reasonableness a 4.5 out of 5. In regards to support, the article draws information from a combination of both primary and secondary sources to back up their claims and also be transparent. The author has failed to complete references, however. There is hyperlinks provided which direct you to the studies or articles concerning the topic. The use of both primary and secondary sources as supporting evidence ensure that this article has validity in the information it's providing while minimizing the risk of misinterpretations and keeping the quality of the information high. However, few studies that are used at the time of this recording haven't been peer-reviewed, hindering the academic scientific quality. Upon fact-checking the sources in this article, numerous studies and articles were making similar claims regarding the donanemab drug. In particular, a systematic study found that patients who supplemented with the donanemab drug had high AV levels and had total amyloid clearance. The systematic research aligns with Eli Lilly's findings that donanemab does show promise in reducing amyloid levels in Alzheimer's patients. Additionally, an article by Lowe et al. In 2021 found a similar conclusion that suggested that there's still a lot to be found regarding Eli Lilly's promising Alzheimer's drug. And we still need to understand the dangers of the drug in the future trials and studies. There's clear consistency between external articles and the one being reviewed today, which shows that the article can be corroborated extensively in present and future studies. As a majority of information presented in the article can be corroborated with external sources, this article has good external consistency and can be noted as a trustworthy article in the topic of neurology. For this section, I rated support a 4 out of 5. Thank you for listening to my article and my presentation.